What the fuck is going on with NVDA? Welcome back, guys, to the bull ring. It looks like NVDA is headed to the moon. Check it out. But it is in an ascending wedge. So let's take a look at what we have to work with, guys. I doubt this will happen, but it has to happen one time where NVDA has to pull back. And if it does pull back, guys, we're looking at 675, 675. Now, we know if we look at the 1 hour chart, okay, NVDA is just not stopping. It's just going to go, go, go. And every time it's in an ascending wedge, okay, it pulls back a little bit. Doesn't do it a lot. Why? Because everybody knows AI is going to rule the world. So they're jumping in and they're kicking ass and taking names and making money. All right. So the next step for NVIDIA is what, guys? It's still in a bull run. So what we want to see is it come back to these key support levels, guys. So this means that I expect NVIDIA at some point to come back down and test this support line and then head up to hit this resistance and break it. Okay, now potentially we can come back down here as well to 712, guys. So we're looking at 17 as the first support, and then we're looking at 712 as a second. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw this. Whoops. Okay, we came here, went past it, bounced off of it, and then took off. Okay, so I'm expecting to see a test of the old support, guys. So remember, you have 717 and we have 712. Okay, remember, this is what stocks do. Okay, check it out. It did it here. Okay, so the stock ran up, tested that support, ran up again, established another support, then ran up again. So how does this bull run work? Just like that, guys. Keep an eye on it. NVIDIA's not done, even though a lot of people are saying stock market might crash, watch out, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm going to show you guys something real quick. All right, guys, and here's a chart of the market, the S&P, NASDAQ, the Russell, 1,000 and 2,000. This is the performance for the last 21 years, guys. And look at what happens during the month of February. That's right. We start climbing up and then we start to consolidate this week. Starting tomorrow, then the market will decline and will keep declining all the way until the end of March. And when April comes, usually every year for the last 21 years, kaboom, guys, we go back up. So you're hearing people that are selling off right now. Guess why? Look at this. Wouldn't you? If you knew that this was going to happen in the next 2 weeks and it's going to trend down potentially 7%, guys, 7% of what you own. Imagine if you had a big old portfolio, of course you're going to start selling off, and people are saying, oh, the market's going to crash. The market's not going to crash. It's going to pull back, and that's healthy. That's normal. Okay. So don't flip out. Okay. Study your charts. All right, let's look at SPY and SPX, guys. This is the same thing, right? So one is 10 times more than the other, but they do the same thing. And you can see here, SPY, all-time high. SPX, all-time high. So what do we expect next? Look at what we talked about earlier, right? We're going to go test support here, guys. And we will see if we get all the way back down to the 500 level. And maybe XPX can hit the 499, but these were key levels, and you saw it found support, and then it made a run up, just like NVIDIA and every other stock, guys. Took off, found support, took off, found a little support here, and then rallied back up. Now it is coming down, and we do have a lower high here, but they tested at the end right there. I think they're going to test in the pre-market on Monday. Now, this is a healthy pullback, guys. This is $1. Okay, on the SPX, it would be $10. my assumption would be that they're going to do just a little bit higher and then come down and actually test this, maybe even get past, and then head back up and do their little pullbacks, and then go test that resistance at 501.65 and then take off. Okay, I don't think they're done. I think this week, like we said, we're going to start going even Steven, but I think they're going to try to make this a bull run because they want to take it to the highest possible before we start retracing. So if you're playing SPY, make sure you keep a few puts handy just in case this starts happening towards the end of the week. It might. For now, this thing is super bullish. It's like a runaway train, guys. So SPY, I think, will continue to run this week. All right, then we have the big dog in the house, Microsoft, who is now the giant. It was Apple, but now it's Microsoft. Microsoft took off and beat Apple. And look what we have here. Microsoft took off and had some healthy pullbacks. Okay, it's a runaway train as well. And then started struggling a little bit here as it started seeing some lows. Then all of a sudden it took off and then went and created a new high. And now we have resistance at the 420, 421 area, guys. Now, one thing I want to note for you guys is there is a giant gap here for Microsoft, okay? And typically the bears are going to come back and try to go after that, okay? Even if the buyers start buying, the bears are going to try to fill that gap and take it down, and we might see a gap down on Microsoft since it's the giant. But there's going to be an amazing fight. Look for these key levels, guys, around 419. Let me get that straight for you. 419 and around the 418 area. Now, we do have some notable areas here around 417. Okay, I don't think we'll have a lot of support in here. 416. This is a big gap, but these areas here will be key support for Microsoft. Will it make it? I don't know. A lot of people want to start turning this market and go for those bears. All right, one last thing I like to mention, team, is back in November, if you go to the bull ring and look up a title called Stocks Are in Danger, and this was on 11/9, I did call out Disney. Disney was headed to 115. It was in a descending wedge, and I told everybody this is going to take time, guys, but Disney is going to get up there. And guess what? Disney reported earnings, and Disney's had a lot of good media and news, and look at how far it got up, guys. This is 112 and some change, and now it did pull back. I do expect a little bit more run in it, but like I said before, the bears are going to try to come in here and fill this gap. Remember, anytime a stock gives you a gap, you have the potential and the risk of that gap being filled. Now, if that gap does get filled and you guys are in Disney, okay, I do expect to see some support down here off the $97 level. And I think that if we don't hold in here, okay, you could see a run down here, and then Disney will start to take off again. They have a lot of good news. They're doing a lot of cool stuff with their movies now. They're merging with companies, and they're trying to rock it. They're trying to compete with Netflix. So keep your eyes on Disney, okay? I did jump in on some calls on Disney. Now I'm out, guys. I'm going to wait for some pullbacks, and then I'm going to play this thing again. Now, I want to remind you guys, if you guys want to be notified of these videos, subscribe, hit that little bell, guys, and give me a thumbs up so that the channel can continue to strive. This has been a lot of help, and I appreciate all you guys. The subscriber numbers continue to go up, and I'm going to keep putting content. Leave me a comment below, guys, and let me know what stocks you want me to cover. Until the next time, guys, I'm wishing you a green week.